Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed to this channel, remember to subscribe, like, share and comment to be updated on our future videos, motivational and talks and discussions on literature. We are continuing with the part 2 of episode 2, Act 3. The book is A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. And we left at the point whereby Nora now have the courage to tell Torvald to start reading the letters. What is it that gives Nora this courage? Let us review some of the assurances that Torvald has all along this text given Nora. Fast forward, let's look at page 46. And in this page, we see Torvald tell Nora that he is not so heartless a man as to condemn a man who makes fault for the first time. When we look at page 53, we see Nora tell Miss Christine Linde that Torvald is absurdly fond of her to an extent that he wants Nora specifically for himself, to a point that he is jealous of her. When we look at page 61 to 62, when Nora has anxieties and worries about what Krogstad can do to their happiness and can do to their home, we see Torvald tell Nora that come what will, she may be sure that he will have both courage and strength if they be needed, and she will see that he is man enough to take everything upon himself. When we continue to page 68, we see Nora tell Dr. Rank that Torvald is inexpressibly and deeply in love with her, that he would not hesitate to sacrifice for her sake. Now, when we then come to page 101 and page 102, we see Torvald tell Nora this: "Do you know, Nora, I have often wished that you might be threatened by some danger, so that I might risk my life's blood and everything for your sake." When Nora hears this statement and Nora looks at them vis-a-vis the previous assurances that Torvald has given to her or implied to her, we see Nora become courageous, and she tells Torvald now to read the letters, because she is sure that now the wonderful thing is going to happen. When Torvald reads Krogstad's letter and realizes that Nora borrowed 250 pounds loan at his back and forged in the process her papa's signature, we see Torvald all of a sudden turn into a different person altogether. He uses abusive names on Nora and threatens to disown her. Some of the abusive names that he uses are documented in page 97 and 98. We see Torvald call Nora a miserable creature, a liar, a hypocrite, and worse, a criminal. in page 98, he goes on to tell Nora that she is a thoughtless woman. Apart from the abusive names that Helmer uses, in this part of the second episode, we are also treated to the flashback when Torvald compares or likens Nora to Nora's papa. We come to realize that Nora's papa did not have any morality, any religion, or any sense of duty. This exposes the moral decadence in this text, because Nora has also been corrupt. Krogstad's letter has exposed her forgery and dubious doing of things behind the husband's back. Torvald also confesses to an act of corruption in page 104, when he says that when he was sent by the department to inquire into the crime that was committed by Nora's papa, he confesses that he winked at Nora's papa's corruption. So then, viewers, when you wink at corruption, you develop a no-see, a no-hear attitude. That means that you are also party to that act of corruption. And so it also brings us to an aspect of irony, because it is ironical that Torvald sees others as corrupt. Yet at this point, we also come to realize that he has also been corrupt. This episode comes to an end when we see a fearful Torvald, and Torvald then confesses that now Krogstad has him in his power, that Krogstad can now give them any orders as he wishes, and he dare not refuse. This one reminds us of a statement that Krogstad made earlier to Nora. At a point, Krogstad told Nora that just like other husbands, Torvald is also unassailable. At a point, in page 72, he wondered if Nora had told Torvald about the forgery. And he says that he is sure that Torvald would have not had that courage, since they were schoolmates. In page 75, Krogstad, in trying to blackmail Nora to convince Torvald to keep her at the bank, we see Krogstad tell Nora that at this point, it is now not going to be Torvald Helmer who is managing the bank, but it is going to be Niels Krogstad. He is going to have Torvald Helmer in his control, and he dare not refuse. So I think at this point that Nora, must now see that what Krogstad was telling her was the truth. And she must now be having herself to blame for trusting Torvald too much. Apart from that, I want us to look at the final happening or speech in this episode. And that is what, for the purpose of this video I will call Torvald's truce with Nora. There is an arrangement that Torvald now wants them to have so that they can continue coexisting as the family. This is the arrangement that Torvald has now put in place for them to continue coexisting with Nora despite the corruption that has been unmasked. Torvald tells Nora that he must try and appease Krogstad some way or another, something that Nora did not foresee. Torvald also tells Nora that the matter must be hushed up at any cost. Whether they are going to compromise with Krogstad, what matters now is to hush this matter at any cost. As for their relationship with Nora, Torvald says that it must appear as if everything between them is just as before, probably to keep the reputation or the public opinion, because we know that Torvald is a lover of public opinion. Again, Nora is to remain in the house just as a matter of course. Nora is not going to be allowed to bring up the children as he dares not trust them to her. Just what he told Nora earlier, that someone who is corrupt poisons their home. So Nora is not allowed to bring up the children. Again, from this time on, in this Helmer's house, happiness doesn't matter. All that concerns them now is to save the remains or the appearance. That is Torvald's reaction to the secret that is now no longer the secret, that it was not Nora's papa who helped her procure the money, the 250 pounds, to take him to the south in Italy, but it was Nora herself behind his back. And then in the process, Nora also committed forgery. Thank you, viewers. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share.